So imagine, I'll just tell one vivid case from the paper that's inspired by a paper or several papers and books by a case that appears in a lot of work by Al Mealy. Imagine that there's this guy, Chuck, who is not, doesn't have the worst character, but he has this like bad desire that he wants to be a more cruel person. And he thinks that if maybe he read this somewhere, maybe he was, watching documentaries about psychopaths or something like that. But he thinks if he can sort of desensitize himself to the suffering of non-human animals, that it'll make him like a harder, crueler person down the line. And so what he does is he goes out and looks for animals. Maybe he goes hunting, but he wants to inflict pain and suffering on animals to make himself more hardened to the sort of suffering of other sentient creatures. And let's suppose that, he's successful. He tortures animals and he becomes a more cruel person. But it was because his hunting rifle didn't jam. And it was because his hunting rifle's bullet wasn't blown away by a gust of wind. He was successful in bringing about various consequences that he intended to bring about, sort of like our successful assassin. But those things very easily could have gone another way and he wouldn't have become as cruel. So if you want to say that our constitutive luck can be eliminated or at least mitigated over time, it looks like you have to admit that we can take that these sort of the consequences of our actions, which are partly a matter of luck, can end up affecting our degree of responsibility later on down the line.